Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nobody wants to die. So is the case with our mind. Mind also doesn't want to die. Therefore, what we do if we don't want to die? We keep on eating till we die. See, dieting is called dieting. So also the mind. Mind survives on its diet, and that diet is all the time thinking about the past and all the time trying to solve the non-existing problems of the future. This is how the mind survives. If the mind is not allowed to go in the past or to go in the future, only in the present mind cannot exist. See, so what the mind does? Mind has got many techniques. So it sends one virus, and we get corrupted. And what is that corruption? Hang up. That is virus number one. What is that virus? Once I was standing before some temple, Shiva temple, and observing beauty all around. So one South Indian came, Shiva devotee, and a typical South Indian. Who is a typical South Indian? He will have, the dhoti, and then the angavastra, and then the railway lines, and dish antenna. Perfect. He came. And he said, excuse me, are you Swami? I said, people call me that way. Why there is no Shakti Stambha in front of the Shiva temple? Traditional temples of Lord Shiva should have a big pillar called a Shakti Stambha. Why there is no Shakti Stambha here? See, that is the question. Aparna, you sit that side.
Yes.
Good. So, when he asked me that question, I told him, you say it again, whatever you have said, only delete the word why. So he said, there is no Shakti Stambha in front of the Shiva temple. I said, never mind, go take darshan and go. Relax. Why is a virus which keeps us unwanted inquiry, unwanted questions. One simple technique I will tell you to be happy. That about which we have no question, we have no doubt, that is happiness. See? Now find out what is that. And that is our presence. Presence corrupted is present tense. And where there is a present tense, the past tense is born, the future tense is born, and thereafter we live in tensions. See, friends, therefore, to live happily according to Bhagavad Gita, don't get lost into too many inquiries, why, because the sky is too high. What we do, we while away our life by howling at the life. Howling means, but how? It's a howling. And whiling means what? About everything, why can we ask? See? In Ahmedabad, I was talking on a topic among the management crowd, a big crowd. Time management skills for managing life. That was the topic. I spoke for about an hour and a half. Then question answers. One question came and the person who was conducting the whole affair, he read that question and put it down. See, whenever something is hidden, we want to know. Human mind. I said, why? No, Swamiji is an nonsense question. I said, no, you have no business to say like that. See? Give me that. So he said, okay, Swamiji. With hesitation, he gave me that paper. And the question was, after listening for 1.5 hours on time management skills to manage life, after listening this, question was, Swamiji, why your beard is white and hair are black? Now tell me, 1.5 hours he was locked up in my hair. So I told him, I said, okay, I'll ask you some questions. When somebody is only looking at the shoes, who is he? Cobbler. Good. When somebody is looking at your stitching, you may call designer, but it is a darji. Designer is nothing but a qualified tailor is called as a designer. One child asked me this question. Mummy told that you know everything. Tell me what is a beauty parlor? So the mummy gave him. Told, I said, don't see, he has asked me question. You only told I know everything. So he has asked me. So I told him. Beauty parlor is that shop of barber where ladies cut the hair. Beauty parlor. So, the one who is caught up in the hair, who is he? He is a barber. I said to the barbarians, what can I talk? See friends, mind does not want to die. And therefore, it will go on sending the missiles of questions. Maunam vyakhya prakatita para brahma tattvam yuvanam Varshishthante vasatrushiganaih avrutam brahmanishtaih Acharendram karakalita chinmudra anandarupam. See, this is called a chinmudra. Mudra is shown when you don't talk. See, like you must have seen those people who can't talk. They have got, that language. Isn't it? This is mudra. So the truth is that about which nothing can be spoken, and yet one has to say something. Kathopanishad says, Ascharyo vakta kushalosya labdha, ascharyo jnata kushala anushishta. It is the wonder of wonder that there is a teacher who talks about the reality which is beyond the scope of words. See? And more wonderful thing is the student who understands that which is beyond the scope of understanding. Ascharyo vakta. See? So, when we are trying to discover happiness, happiness is discovered by this chin mudra. You know what is the meaning of this? Those who are from Kerala particularly, they enjoy snuff. So this is snuff mudra. Brahmanandam handshake paramasukadam. Chin mudra. So in this chin mudra, what is said, Be very attentive. Bhagavan has given us 5 fingers to our palm. It is for the spiritual practice. Small finger is our gross body. Gujaratis don't have gross body. Gross body. Then, this ring finger is our pranamaya kosha. So, annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha. That is why, after wedding you put the ring here because your pranas are in danger, Before marriage it is the engagement ring. In the marriage it is the wedding ring. Afterwards, suffering. All rings. So, second is the pranamaya kosha. The third one is the manomaya kosha, the mind. Now question comes, whose body, whose prana, whose mind? Of course, mind. So this I is the Vijnanamaya kosha. Now be very attentive. When this I, Vijnanamaya kosha, is identified with the intellect, rather with the mind, not intellect. When the Vijnanamaya kosha is identified with the mind, what is mind? Mind has got only 2 experiences, joy and sorrow. When joy comes, identification with the mind, modification called as joy, aha, I am very happy. Next time, after aha, a valley has to come. Then misery comes, then this I gets identified with the misery, ooh. Then this I gets identified with the pranamaya kosha, hunger and thirst. I gets identified with the body, annamaya kosha, I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am awful, I am beautiful. So this I, Vijnanamaya kosha, as long as it is identified with these 3, we continue to be unhappy. Then what do? We get tired of this tension and worries of unhappiness. Then what do? We separate ourselves from these 3 and go to Anandamaya kosha in deep sleep. In deep sleep, we are neither man, woman, because no identification with the body. We are neither hungry, thirsty, because no identification with the pranamaya kosha. We are neither happy nor miserable, because there is no identification with the manomaya kosha. When this happens under ignorance, it is called as deep sleep. When the same thing happens under wisdom, it is called as God realization. Now, how much more simplified Vedanta could be? See, friends, as long as we are identified with the body, our possessions of things and our relations with beings will continue to bother us throughout life. See? So what should be the spiritual practice? To be happy. No more live as the body, but live through the body. No more live as the prana, but live through the prana. No more live as the mind, but live through the mind. See, friends, this habit of getting identified with the finite is called as birth. Birth is not when the body is born, we are born. No. Nobody has the experience of birth. See, friends, therefore, let us clearly understand. Miseries can be attributed to somebody. If I am a husband, misery is because of the wife. If I am a wife, misery is because of the husband. If I am a father, misery is because of the sons. If I am a son, misery is because of the Hitler dad. We are expert in blaming others for the miseries. Agreed. But we are all miserable by choice. Get this point. When we enter any country, we have to fill in the immigration form. And there they are dumb questions. Are you a member of active terrorist organization? Yes, no. Who is going to write there yes? Do you have any criminal proceedings pending against you? Yes, no. Were you imprisoned for life and you are run away from the prison? Yes, no. If you write there yes, you are inviting problems. Exactly the same way. When Bhagavan says in Gita, Saha yajna praja sruštva puro vacha prajapatihi anena prasavishadvam eshavostishta kamadu devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu aha parasparam bhavayantaha shreya paramavapsatha. Param Shreya is living happily. Get out of that mode, I want God realization. What will you do thereafter? The real joy is in the journey, not in the destination. Please remember this thing. Happiness is not the destination of life. See, those who study Vedanta or those who have studied, this is the first lesson given, which I never liked. But we have to study. Everybody wants happiness. So, the goal of life is happiness. No. See, don't keep the goal of life as happiness. Goal means you have put it in a distant period of time, in a distant period of place. After this, I will be happy. That is not right. Let the goal be not the happiness of life, but the path be the happiness. Keep on walking happily. Who cares where you reach? See, friends, many people ask this funny and unwanted question because they have trained themselves to be miserable. In Bits Pilani, I go sometime. And once in some school they have invited me and the children were class 10, 11, 12, youngsters, teenagers. So to them what will I talk? So I talk to them inspiration, ambition and commitment, that kind of topic. After that was over, said now if somebody wants to ask question, please raise your hand. And before anybody asks a question, I am addressing only to the students. Anybody who is other than the student is not qualified to ask a question. And I kept quiet. And yet, one oldie got up. Swamiji, I have got a question. I said, I am sorry, I am not entertaining you. I clearly told. But I said, nobody. He got angry. Went out. Who cares? See? This is very simple technique. Try. See, suppose Aparna is angry with me. There is her problem. I am happy. If somebody doesn't like me, it is not my problem. It is their problem. See? One lady asked, one child, told me, Swamiji, I don't like your beard. I said, it's your problem. I'm okay. So he went away. When he went away, I finished that thing and went to the principal's room for a cup of tea. I said, please call that teacher who wanted to ask some question which I refused. So I will extend apologies first. So he came. I said, Mahatma Ji, please forgive me. I did not answer your question because it was out of context. How do you know what question I was asking? Anger was still built up, I said, you were asking about what happens after death. How do you know? I said, from your face. You are not living. See, friends, what happens after death? Then I asked him, who are you? Are you a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian? Of course I am a Hindu. I said, then we'll burn you. No, not that. Because the question is, what happens after death? No, not that way. I said, then there will be one day holiday to the school, but don't die on Sunday, okay? He became more disgusted. He said, no, I want to know what happens to the soul after death. See, we are concerned about what happens after death. We do not care when we are alive. If you live happily, you will die happily. But if we have lived miserably, अब जी के क्या करेंगे? And such people don't die also. तो ना जीने की तमन्ना है, ना मरने का इरादा है. Therefore, remember, we are here to live. Bhagavad Gita was not addressed to Pitamaha Bhishma, who was on the deathbed. Bhagavad Gita was addressed to a man of action on the battlefield. Bhagavad Gita is meant for living, not living. Live happily. See? So, to that teacher I asked him, please tell me, what is the subject you teach? He said, I teach physics. I said, hey, you made my problem very easy. Now, I am a fan of Hindi movies. So, there is a sutra from one of the Hindi movies. Like we have gotten a Brahma Sutra, this filmy sutra. And the sutra is, एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल मैं करूं, हर सवाल का सवाल ही जवाब हो. So I will ask, you ask me a question, what happens after death? Then I will ask you a question. And whatever reply you give, that will be the reply to your question. So he was surprised. He is a Swami and talking Hindi film. Then I asked him, you are a teacher of physics, please tell me, when a bulb becomes fuse, where the light goes, there you will go after death. Huh? I said, yes. It goes nowhere. I said, you will also go nowhere. जीना आया मरना है. Don't bother about death, friends. Live. All the time talking about death, which nobody has seen. Has anybody ever experienced death? See, if we were burned by fire during the childhood, we are afraid of fire because of earlier experience. See, if we were in a terrible accident, because of that experience, one gets the phobia of sitting in the car. One of my friends, he never used to sit in the train because once he was caught up in a train accident and he saw such terrible things, he survived. But in front of him, many people were crushed, dead and all that. He got such a shock of his life. He just cannot get even on the railway platform because of earlier experience. Do we have the experience of death? Then why are we afraid? मर के दिखाओ. See friends, this is what Bhagavan says. Shruti vipratipanna te yada sthāsyate nishala buddhi. We have heard so many things without reference to context. And because of that, there is terrible khichdi, confusion in our head. And one of that is last life, this life, next life. Prarabdha karma, sanchit karma, agami karma. Gujaratis have got very peculiar names given to their children. One family came, a child came. He said, "Hey sweetie, what's your name?" "My name is Sanchita." Then I said, "Where is the prarabdha and agami?" Sanchita is the karma, So prarabdha karma, the father came. Agami karma, the wife came. The whole karma siddhanta established. Be very attentive. See friends, we are expert in blaming others for our misery. Our scriptures, Bhagavad Gita warns us, we should be responsible for our life. Then only we will put efforts to change ourselves. See, when I think the problem in my house is because of my wife, so what will be my sadhana to improve the wife? Has it ever happened? So he will have nothing but utter failure. See friends, then what is to be done? So our scriptures tell, first of all, stop blaming others for your miseries. But I have not done anything bad to anybody. Why to me only? Because of your prarabdha karma. Now what is the prarabdha karma? In the last life, you have tortured this lady. Therefore, in this life, she has come to take the revenge. That is why wife is spelled as W-I-F-E, worries invited forever. ये बदले है कुछ नहीं. But now what can I do? Yes, first of all, stop blaming others because you troubled her in the last life. This life she is taking revenge. But now behave properly with her. Why? She is doing Karwa Chauth. Next life she is not going to spare you. So to protect yourself from the same wife in the next life, start behaving properly with her. Don't torture her anymore. Now see the net result. Net result is you are no more extrovert. Now your attention will be on yourself. See, if I am responsible for my problems, then what is the simple approach? I have to change myself. Spiritual practice means, Bhagavad Gita, sadhurevasya mantavyaha samyak vyavasito hisaha. He who has taken a firm decision to change himself, he is a great sadhu. What we lack is this. We have to change ourselves. The world is beautiful as it is. See friends, it is for this purpose the prarabdha karma topic comes in. It is for this purpose the last life, this life and the next life, this topic comes in. The purpose is not to say that we are born and we die. That is not the purpose. See friends, once I was in somebody's house waiting for food and that Amma had 2 children. The girl was about 7-8 years and a child son, her brother was maybe about 1 year or so. Evening time, he was crying. So the mother told the elder daughter, hey, kindly put him to sleep, he is unnecessarily crying, take him away. So she took that baby and they started to say, see, cow, yes, cow. So the child was crying, The moment she, where's the cow? No. Again he remembers, I am crying, again started. Then again the sister says, see, the car is going. He sees the car, where is the car? There is no car. 3, 4, 5 times this was done. And then the child slept and the sister put him to the bed. And I was watching that. So I asked her, I said, hey, what you were doing? No, Swamini was crying. Mummy told me to put him to sleep, so I put him to sleep. I said, why do you tell lies? I have seen you. You have shown him cow. You have shown him car. And you tell me that you are putting him to sleep? Am I blind or what? She saw here and there. She says, Swamiji, do you have a small brother? No, you can never understand. How true it is. The purpose of showing the cow, showing the car was not to show that. The purpose was change the channel, thought fixation. Exactly the same way. We have thought fixation. I am miserable because of ABCD. American born. See. To remove this thought fixation, our scriptures tell, don't blame others. How do I take the responsibility? Whatever is in my life, it is I am responsible for that. And the moment our attention comes to ourselves, then these questions will disappear from your mind. But why? See, like many people have, of all the people, all the miseries come only to me, but why? So we ask, why not? See, friends, and once you understand this, then we will stop blaming the world. This is called as avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvam. And unless we become self-oriented, at this moment we are selfish. Selfish means what? Those who sell fish, and therefore they stink. Instead of let the self be the Isha, that is the destination, that is our essential nature. When we thus become self-oriented, then the quality of our life will change. See, friends, like those students who are really competing and wanting to achieve grades and do something great, they don't blame others, they don't play game, they are study oriented because they are committed to that in the same manner. If we learn from our experiences, then whole life we have spent only in fulfilling our desires. But we have not learned that desire fulfillment is not equal to fulfillment in life. This is the basic error. And yet, what we have done in our whole life is only fulfilling the desires. It can never be done. And the fulfillment can come only when we rise above the desires. And to rise, grow out of the desires, we require wisdom. And that wisdom is given in Bhagavad Gita. And what is that wisdom? Second chapter, Bhagavan says, first of all, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukhadukkada agama apayina anityan stanti dikshasva bharata. Any experience you take in your life, which is gathered through senses and the mind, has the same autobiography. It begins in time, it remains for some time, it ends after some time. Therefore it is temporary. If it is temporary, why become permanently miserable? Then what is to be done? Then, tan tidikshasva bharata. What cannot be cured should be endured, is a pessimistic cry of English language. Bhagavad Gita says, what cannot be cured should not be endured, but should be enjoyed. Conversion of endurance into enjoyment is the creed of Bhagavad Gita. If you see the total life of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, all our miseries of the whole population in the world, if you put together, the miseries through which Bhagavan Krishna has gone, we can't even think like that. Right from the birth onwards, everybody was after him to kill him. Yet, never the smile on his face was ever erased. What Bhagavad Gita says is the experience Bhagavan Krishna gone through is told here. See, friends, therefore, what cannot be cured should be endured, no, enjoyed. And how do we enjoy that? See, Bhagavan gives a technique for that. The technique is Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishthate. Second chapter he says, Prasada buddhi. Now what is the meaning of prasada? When we go to some temple and suppose we go there and after we go there we get prasad. Now what is our interaction with the prasad? First, we feel blessed that we got prasad. Number two, we do not compare our prasad with other people's prasad. Usko zyada diya, umko kam diya. No, we don't do that. Third thing, we don't improve upon the prasad. See? A real prasad, if you want to eat, go to Gurudwara. They give really so much quantity. Not like, the small daridri. They really give good quantity. So in one Gurudwara I go regularly in Karnataka. It is the second most holy place for the Sikhs. It is called as Jira Sa. And all the Ragis and Gyanis are good friend of mine. So when I go, they give me nice. So one time I asked him, when they gave me, I said, hey, iske saath koi achar hai kya? No, we don't improve upon the prasad. So three things. First, we feel blessed. Second, we don't compare. Third, we don't improve. This is the most important aspect of prasad. And the last but not the least, we don't reject prasad. See, this is the technique I follow. People give me, they feel that I am a dabba. So go on feeling, If you tell you don't want, they don't listen. So I take like this. Acha, sabko prasad baant do. No, they have to eat. So what is the prasad buddhi? Prasad buddhi is this. Whatever is coming in our life, it is received with prasad buddhi. See, friends, once I was with the Lord in Vaikuntha, and there was many Mahatmas, Bhagwan came, we all stood up. And Bhagwan said, please sit down, please sit down. And he said, for the evolution of all the jivas in the world, I have decided to provide every individual soul with the right kind of environment at the right time so that he or that soul can evolve. So we all did. Bhagavan says, stop that, you are not in India. I said, okay. And then, what will you do? He asked us, all Mahatmas, what will you do? We said, we'll form a committee. The best way not to do is to form a committee. We will form a committee. And in that committee we will decide that nothing can be done. This is what committee is. The committee members are those who individually do not do anything and collectively decide that nothing can be done. Committee, commitment, come eat, that is only meant, nothing else. So next day we all went. Then Bhagavan said, yes, what you have done? So all the Mahatmas, one of them stood. Sir, for the evolution of every soul, you are providing the right kind of environment. It is only downloading the software. You have to install also. Bhagavan said, hey, you know, of course. Then we will tell the people how to interact with a given situation so that we can evolve and merge in Him. That is why the highest spiritual practice is satsanga. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam. See, friends, this Bhajagovindam, another name is given by Bhagavan Shankara, and the name is Moha Mudgar. We are all carrying the load of 4 wrong notions. Till such time we carry the load of these wrong notions, we will continue to suffer. The wrong notions are: one, about our own identity, who we are. The second wrong notion about what is the meaning of the world. The third wrong notion, what do we mean by God? And the fourth wrong notion, what is the meaning of spiritual practice? Bhagavan Shankara says, Agre vanni prushte bhanu, ratrau chubuku samarpita janu. It becomes a spiritual practice, torturing your body. See? Another spiritual practice, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam, Vrata Paripalanam Athavadanam, Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena, Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena, Bhaja Govindam. Charity, being goody, going to the temple and disturbing everybody, spiritual practice. See? Third thing, spiritual practice begins, अभी तो हम जवान हैं, बुढ़ापे में देखेंगे. Then, angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vruddho yati grihitva dandam tadapi na munchati asha pindam. I want this, I want that. It should be like that, it should be like that. Friends, unless these 4 wrong notions are corrected, we can never discover happiness. It is for this purpose we have to go to satsanga, listen to these talks. Today in the digital world, we are not short of good thoughts. You go to internet, you can hear 101 different types of divine thoughts. See? And when you thus learn, all the wrong notions will be destroyed. Like one wrong notion about ourselves. The first day we saw it, who am I? Who is miserable? That somebody is miserable. So unless the somebody is deleted, find out, is this somebody a reality? Who are we? Can we say the summation of the 10 directions is equal to total space? East, west, north, south, 4 corners, up and down. If you sum these 10 directions, is it equal to total space? No. Total space is much more than that. Exactly the same way. See? Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuyati. Like we have gone through various stations of childhood, teenage, middle age, old age, and when this body is dropped, who cares? We continue to exist. It is for this purpose. The law of karma, the prarabdha sanchita agami, it is for this purpose it is told. If we have really understood this law of karma, the fear of death must disappear from our system. If the fear of death is still hanging over us, we have not studied nor we have followed the spiritual life. See, Tulsidas ji says in Ramcharitmanas, Dharmate birati jogate jnana, jnana moksha prada bedavakhana. If we have really lived a spiritual life, we will naturally have dispassion toward the worldly things and relations. See, friends. And then only we can practice yoga, then only we can practice knowledge and come to discover. See, friends, to say that we are the devotees of the Lord and to be afraid and living a miserable condition, it is an insult to devotion and to the Lord. Therefore, these are very simple techniques. So whatever comes in our life, take it as a prasada. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanihi upajayate. See, our problem is like what? Our problem is, in the summer we complain about heat. In the rainy season we complain about the rains. In the cold season, winter, we complain about the cold. Then what the Lord will do? This fellow, you do anything, he only complains. So when there is heat in the summer, he complains, okay, I'll give you rains. He gives rains. We complain about rains also. Then he gives cold. Then that also we complain. Then Bhagavan says, he is a complaint box, don't worry about him, delete, next. Our life has become like this. We will take the Andhra pickle and complain it is hot. Andhra pickle has to be hot. If you want a sweet pickle, go to Gujarat. Gujaratis add sugar on the good and then they eat. See? But our approach to life is such funny that whatever is given to us by the Lord, we have to complain. The moment we stop complaining, you will see, you discover happiness within. See? And for that, this is the technique. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate. Be very attentive. Prasanna chetaso. The one who is of cheerful disposition. Prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi pari paramatmani avadishtate. Then alone such a person can think of God. See, friends, imagine you have got a root canal and then you sit for meditation. What will be that meditation? What is this new pranayam? Sentidental pranayam. If you are a painful person, you cannot think of God. Be very attentive. We have this wrong notion. God likes miserable people. No. He told me. You may have doubt, but I have no doubt. See? Who will, suppose, somebody comes and complains to you. This is what happens with me many times, In India, they'll come. One complaint, Swamiji, my husband will, and then my husband. So I listen. First time, Then I asked, I said, look here, Mama, when you got married, that time did you take my permission? No. No, why do you complain? You married of your own, now suffer silently. No, but we are social workers. So we distribute our miseries to everyone. First time, somebody comes, you listen. Second time, again the same thing. Swamiji, yesterday I came, I forgot to tell one very important thing. And again starts, So you start listening with a newspaper in your hand. No, you can talk, I am listening. Third time, if the same complaint box comes, excuse me, I have to go to toilet. At least there you are at peace. See, friends, nobody in this world likes a complaint box. The same thing is true with the Lord. In Petville I told, this is the meaning of this mudra. This mudra, all the gods have, this is the meaning. The left hand is not Varada Hasta. The left hand means, enough, कितनी complain करोगे? नहीं तो एक लगाऊंगा. This is non-stop complain. See, there is no end to that. Therefore, remain cheerful and happy. And for that, to remain cheerful and happy, first thing is, you have to take a solid decision. Never talk your problems and worries to anybody. Digest them. If you cannot, take Hajmola. Don't talk your miseries. The more you talk about your miseries, they become real after some time. Lesser you talk about your miseries, they start disappearing. See, take an example. Here I come, Aparna and Shirisha's house. I get all hospitality. Sorry, hospitality, not hospitalization. Because Shirishi is my host, Aparna is hostile. Kids are hostilities, and I am hostage. And I get all comforts, everything. If somebody is coming to carry, my friend, he will ask me, Swamiji, where do I go? I don't know anybody. No, you go to Shirish. They are very good people. They will take care of you. It is their fault that they are taking care of me. Exactly the same way. When miseries come in our life, we take care of the misery by becoming miserable. And that misery will go and meet another misery. अरे कहाँ से आ रही? वहाँ मुझे भी वहाँ जाना है. स्वामी जी के पास जाओ. You must have seen this. If your toe is hurt and you walk, you get next hit exactly at the same point. And when you laugh at the miseries will not bother you. Make the miseries miserable rather than you cooperate with the miseries. See, friends, once this becomes the foundation of our life, then we have really studied Bhagavad Gita. See, don't go into too seriousness about Bhagavad Gita. In 1934, Allahabad, there used to be a great saint and a vocalist, V.D. Paluskar. He was a great master. And he had organized a Gita Goshti, and many Mahatmas were called. And everybody started giving talk on Bhagavad Gita. If it is Tilak, Karma Yoga. If it is Vaishnavas, Bhakti Yoga. If it is Shankaracharya's Jnana Yoga. Big words and all that. And from the crowd, one Avdhuta came. Avdhutas are beyond the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and they are beyond the Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. They don't fall into our category of limited existence. Therefore, there are no rules and regulations. Then Avadhuta straight away climb on the stage. When he climbed, nobody can do anything. They will do whatever they like. He climbed, took the mic, and he said, "Why are you fighting with what Krishna said to Arjuna? Useless. Do you know? Krishna and Arjuna, they were friends. Be friendly with Krishna. Then you will understand the message of Bhagavad Gita." See, by argument and logic, you can never know the truth. Argument and logic is a curtain between us and the reality. See, friends, it is so simple. Therefore, it is necessary that we take this positive approach to life. No more arguments, no more logic, no nothing. Remain cheerful and happy. This is all the spiritual practice. Otherwise, we become so serious about, chalo, we are studying Gita. As if, you are taking Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurvedic medicine's philosophy or thought behind it. Ayurvedic medicine is so bitter. After taking one dose, to avoid the next dose, the patient says, "I am okay." Because anyway you have to suffer. So why not suffer our own suffering than invite the sufferings from the Ayurveda fellows? Therefore, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyoupajayate prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishtate. When you remain cheerful and happy, and to remain cheerful and happy, how simple it is. Stop reacting. Don't react. Then act. There cannot be simpler spiritual practice than this. What is the meaning of acting? Acting means you do something, you say something, but you don't mean. That is the meaning of acting. So now try this. Suppose you go home with your bag and all that. Your wife opens the door and she is dressed exactly the dress you like for her. And then she takes the bag from your hand and takes your hand and puts you on a chair. And then she removes your shoes. There is warm water towel. And she wipes your feet. Imagine, I know it doesn't happen. Imagine. Even this imagination was so cheerful, no? And when you come also, you also bring nice flower for her. Honey, this is the recycled one. Keep it, tomorrow you can give me back. Act, don't react. How it is possible? What are you doing now? Acting. As if listening. I used to call my lectures as bluff sessions. And I was thinking I am very smart. I am bluffing. One day God gave me wisdom. And then I came to know whether I am bluffing or they are bluffing as if listening. See, friends, don't react in life. Now, what is the difference between action and reaction? What we are supposed to do, if you do it cheerfully and happily, it is action. See, on the stage, when an actor comes, he has no freedom. When he will enter the stage, the director decides to what kind of acting and dialogues he will speak, the director decides. And when he has to leave the stage, that also director decides. In short, he has no freedom. Recognize this principle. In the same manner, on this stage of life, we have entered according to the instruction of the director. Do we have a choice to be born in Navsari or Kari? See, all Gujaratis are born in Navsari, you know that. I wrote an autobiography of a Gujarati. Every Gujarati is born in Navsari. But he is not happy there. So he goes to Ahmedabad. There also he is not happy. So he goes to Mumbai. Gujarati never goes to Bombay. He goes to Mumbai. After he comes to Mumbai, there also he is not happy. Then he goes to USA. There also he is not happy. He wants a green card. He gets a green card. There also he is not happy. He is struggling and he gets the citizenship. By then he is 65. Then he goes back to Navsari. Purnamadaha, Purnamidha. What exactly we want in our life, that also we do not know. Come to recognize this principle. Instead of running here and there, wherever we are placed, in that place, and whatever we are supposed to do it cheerfully and happily. Like an actor. If the role is that of a criminal to be performed on the stage, he really becomes so solid criminal. See? But he is not. He only appears to have become a criminal. Do you remember this Mahabharata serial when it was going on? Whenever a Shakuni used to come, little bit limping, and the music comes, how everybody says, oh God, again this fellow has come. See? He was not bad. He was just acting. When Ramayana serial was going, one mother told me when I went to her house, Swamiji, my son is extremely intelligent. He remembers the whole Ramayana. Every mother has got this wrong notion that her son is intelligent. She forgets that he is her son. How can he be intelligent? So, then I said, okay, you can ask him any question, he will tell you. I said, okay. I said, hey, you saw Ramayana complete. You asked me anything. Then I asked him. I said, what do you want to become? After you have heard and seen the Ramayana, what do you want to become? He laughed. Ha 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 ha. I want to become Ravana. Then I looked at that mother. Your son is very intelligent. Because in Treta Yuga, Rama was honored. In Kali Yuga, Ravana alone is honored. Therefore he is intelligent. See, friends, only acting. Neither the Ravana was bad nor the Rama was good. It was just an acting. In the same manner, whatever role we have to play in our life, and we have to play many roles. We have to play the husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, in-law, outlaw. So many roles. Play your roles beautifully. See? And when you start playing your roles, you know what happens? When you play a role, Mr. I is not born. This is the basis of Karma Yoga. And when I is not born, there is neither success nor failure. See, take an example. I have come here, I am talking to you. Now, if I is born in me, what will happen? I will be happy if you praise me, and I will be miserable if you don't praise me. So, I will be totally dependent on your comments. See, on the contrary, be attentive. On the contrary, if I have this understanding, I came here not because you wanted. I came here because it is my need. Understand this Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is whatever we are doing in our life. It is our need. World does not need us. We have this wrong notion. We have brought up our children. See? As if those children who do not have parents, they don't grow. I saw one 35-year-old man, 1 feet tall. I said, hey, how come you are so small? Swamiji, no mother, father, so how can I grow? See, we have this wrong notion. Because of us the world is moving. No. It is our need. Be attentive. Whenever we do something as our need, we have humility. We cannot have arrogance. Take an example. When you go through immigration and you are standing there, and those people in the boxes, they are like, the statues. Everybody, the BP goes high up and down like that. And one of the person, there was some kind of thing, and the police was called, and that fellow was taken, and you watch that. And then you start praying, I hope I don't have to go to that fellow, I should go to somewhere else. And then we go to that immigration officer, we are at our best. Why? It is our need. See, friends, recognize this principle. Whatever we do in this world, it is our need. And when something is done as our own need, we are not obliging the world. See? It is our necessity. The real problem in life is never because of shortage of time. The real problem of life is because of excess of time. Kids are always in shortage of time. They are busy with something or the other, doesn't matter what it is. Therefore, they have no problem. Have you seen a child going into depression? Because they have no time to go into depression. And we only 78 not out. क्या करो? बहू ब्रेकफास्ट में क्या बनाया? मेरा भेजा खाओ. Because every day we have to live 24 hours. Then what to do? See, friends, therefore, when we keep ourselves busy, we do the things, it is not the world needs us, it is our necessity that we keep ourselves occupied. With this attitude, when you start living, you will be always cheerful and happy. But we have this notion, I have done so much for the world, but the world kicks me. Who asked you to do? One principle I learned many years before when I was young. This happened in Calcutta. I was staying with my host. That time I was young and giving talks on Gita. And there one old man came, and he was a social worker. And he had a big organization, NGO, established in Nagaland. So, and he was pretty old, maybe 78, 80 like that. So after he came, he said, look here, I will not call you Swamiji. I said, no Babaji, you call me by any name. What is there in the name? Call a dog mad and hang, okay? Thank God he didn't understand. Then he said, what do you do? I said, I do nothing, therefore I am Babaji. Those who do something, they are not Babaji. Those who are good for nothing, they are Babaji. I am that. But then how come you have come here? I said, I have come here to talk on Gita. Do you think your talking on Gita is going to change the world? I said, no, I don't think, and I don't want the world to change. If everybody becomes healthy, where the doctor will go? So good. Then it was obligatory on my part to ask him, Babaji, what do you do? So I asked him. If you want to make any old man happy, ask about his life and don't listen. Because he wants some outlet, that's all. So I did that and he started. I was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, Vinoba Bhave, and when blah, 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 and then they told me to go to the East area and serve the society, and I studied the school and college and all that, and 60 years of my life I spent over here, and blood and sweat was put to this big organization, but today these are the people who are after my life. After he said this, the bitterness has reached the height. Then he said, this world is like a dog's tail. When he became so bitter, then I thought, let me give him some sugar candy. So I asked him, Babaji, the beauty of the dog is in the crookedness of the tail. Imagine a dog with a tail like a dish antenna. Will it look good? The beauty of the dog is only in the crookedness of the tail. In the same manner, if you serve somebody, when we serve our parents, do we feel that I have done something great? No, it is an obligation. And if we become bitter after serving anybody, it was never a service. It was under the disguise of the service. It was only the worship of one's own ego, because bitterness comes only from the ego. See, friends. So when he was talking, then I said, look here, what you are telling is true, but the thing is, when we serve somebody, what is the attitude behind serving? If our attitude is, people need my service, therefore I am serving, then you are looking down upon them. On the contrary, Ishavasyavidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. You serve the society because through the society you are serving the Lord Himself. Do we want to improve the Lord or serve Him? See, friends, therefore, the real meaning of Karma Yoga, don't go into complications, be practical in life. Whatever we are supposed to do, we do it cheerfully. We are not obliging the world. See, and whenever we do anything cheerfully, it will be perfect. Perfection in the performance outside and peace within. Then it is called as Karma Yoga. Simply keeping busy and getting frustrated and angry and fighting with the people, it is not Karma Yoga, it is Karma Roga. See, any time, just remember this principle. If you become miserable, disgusted because of your own activities, understand it was the ego which was becoming stronger and stronger. Our activities should never make us miserable. See, two things happen because of the activities. Number one, either a sense of arrogance develops or a sense of guilt precipitates. When we interact in the world, these two things should not be allowed to happen. A sense of guilt and a sense of arrogance. Guilt happens because I have done something wrong. Arrogance happens because I am holier than thou. No. It is our need that we are doing everything in life. And when we submit to the divine will, see, in the 11th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna very clearly tells, Nimitta matra bhava sabvesachit. Arjun, I have already killed them. They are killed in anticipation. Like, we have got the application, thanking you in anticipation. So Bhagavan says, I have already killed them in anticipation. You take free credit. Nimitta matra bhava sabvesachit. Things are going to happen as the divine will. Play your role perfectly and beautifully as an acting and not as a reacting. You will be extremely happy, without tensions, without frustrations. See, don't get into complications. Shankaracharya said this thing, Madhvacharya said this thing, he said that thing, he said that thing. What do you have to say? I am very hungry. See, friends, get out of these wrong channels of thinking of Bhagavad Gita and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari